Hello and welcome to the 19th tutorial in Microsoft Visual Basic 2008, and today we're going to be learning about functions. So this is basically just a second part to the subs, because basically a function is the same as a sub, but the only difference is a function returns a value and the sub doesn't. Now you're going to be thinking, well, what the hell does that mean? Well, I'm going to show you now. So create a new project and call it functions. And when I said I'm going to find a more creative way to put to teach you guys about this stuff, I've thought of a more creative way. But instead of showing a message box, I'm going to actually change the text in a label. So just first of all add a button and then add a label up here. Make the button a bit bigger. Okay, so in the text in button 1, change it to use function and just put it underneath the label 1. Okay, now you're going to need to double click use function. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is declare a string. So dim string, dim, we'll call it label text as string equals functions are cool, lol. Okay, so now we've done that, what we want to do is create a function. So to create a function, all I need to do is type a private function, and the difference between a private function and a public function is private functions can only be used in the class, this class here. So if you declare a private one, it can't be used outside of this class. You don't really need to understand that right now. I'll actually talk about that more when I'm in my other tutorials, but right now you don't really need to know about it. So we'll just have the private function and then we'll call it change label text, and then here we have the end function. Now you notice this little green line and the text says function change label text doesn't return a value. That's why I was telling you before, functions return values and subs don't. So what we're going to type here is return label text. So this, all return means is it's going to return the value of label text. So now in button 1.click, if you're lost and it looks a bit weird, then let's go back here and double click this, and there we have button 1.click. In this button 1.click, we'll type label 1.text equals change label text, and this may not seem too creative either, but compared to the message box one, that was getting a bit boring. So basically what this is going to do is, first it declares label text as a string, which is functions are cool, lol. Then it creates the private function change label text, and that returns the value of label text. And then back down here, private sub, button 1.click, it's going to change the label 1 text to change label text, which is this function. Now that may seem a little confusing, a little hard to understand, but there's not much else I can say about functions, really. That's all it is, except that what goes here, the by value and by reference, which I'll actually teach you about. Oh, no, sorry, it goes here. I'll teach you about that in probably a tutorial after this, maybe a few more down the line. I do have it planned, but I can't really cover it today, it takes a lot. So yeah, that's all you need to know really. If you don't understand it, then you should watch the video over, and let me just test this out. This should change the label text. There we go, functions are cool, lol. So if you have any questions about this, then just please leave a comment. If you have any suggestions about how I create my tutorials, then leave a comment also. And if you have any suggestions for a tutorial you would like made, then leave a comment too. So rate the video and subscribe for many more tutorials, and thanks for watching.